Hi guys, this is Natalie here from the House Hunters team and Ryan Finger. Ryan Finger is a top agent here at Keller Williams downtown. He's actually top 5% out of 300 agents, and we will be interviewing him today. Welcome back everyone. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in real estate?
Sure, Natalie. So, I consider myself a Colorado guy, raised here down in Colorado Springs. Through high school, then went to University of Colorado in Boulder. After graduating, moved down to Denver, and I've lived throughout many of the Denver suburbs since. For me, just getting into real estate, been in the industry for getting closer now to 5 years. I love it.
Awesome. Now, if I was a first-time home buyer, how would you start the process with me? What do you go through?
Sure. So first thing that we do for first-time home buyers is we create a game plan. So, you don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. So we sit down with the individual. We go over everything that we can to educate them. So throughout the entire process, what we might see, and every transaction is going to be different. So we talk to them about, what may happen for getting pre-approved on the lending side, making sure your finances are in order. What are you looking to get out of the home? Where do you geographically want to be? But then we also talk about what this market entails for all of that. Here in Denver Metro, we're in one of the hottest markets in the country, and most people realize that upon sitting down, but sometimes it's until you really get out there that you start to experience, oh my gosh, this is just as crazy as sometimes I hear that it is. So we want to make sure everyone is well prepared ahead of time, and it's going to be unique for everyone in their own situation.
Right, so finding a house can be kind of challenging in this market. So tell me what steps you go through to help me make sure I get the house that I want when you negotiate on my offer.
Sure. So we're going to find out everything that we possibly can before we submit an offer. There's no use of going in blind. I know there are plenty of agents that will, but I'm going to call up that listing agent and I'm going to drill down every little thing that I possibly can get out of them of what do you currently have in place? What do any offers on the table look like? And what's most important to your seller? How can we make an offer that appeals to them? Are they looking for any specific dates, deadlines, different parts, including maybe inspection, appraisal, whether they need to occupy the home for a certain amount of time? We're going to do everything that is going to make it as appealing as possible that buyer's comfortable doing. And so as a part of that, I pride myself on it. I like to know that when I write offers, I have a good chance of being successful with them. I've yet to have a buying client that I've gotten under contract that has taken more than 3 offers to get under contract. So I'm going to figure out what we need to write for. So I'm going to be upon that buyer. If you want to write for that, we stand a good chance. If you don't, it's up to you if we want to write, but you realize that ahead of time.
And when you say you haven't had a client yet that has had to write more than 3 offers, you are including some of those people under 250 or under a price range that you may be competing against 10 other offers, right?
Yeah. I mean, you realize that in this market, there's not a lot available for those that don't qualify for quite the highest level, and that's fine. Everyone has their own unique situation, but it's going to be more competitive. Oftentimes, the lower values you're looking at in this market, and that includes all of such. I just had a buyer this past week go under contract in an offer situation where there were 14 offers in play. I realized what needed to get done, and we wrote for it.
So moving on to a different topic, being on the House Hunters team, part of our core values is giving back. Tell us how you give back to the local community and how you remain part of those core values being on this team by giving back.
Yeah, To each individual, there are certain things they're going to, I guess, tug at your heart. They're really going to be more important to you than others. But a couple things that I've done every year the last few years. I am the entertainment coordinator for the March of Dimes, March for Babies in Denver. It's a volunteer position where we just make sure that we organize all the entertainment for that day of, and then being there that day to make sure that everything goes off properly. I'd encourage anyone who would want to come out. We're always in search of volunteers. That event is held in City Park, and it's going to be on Saturday, April 21st. I also do a lot of fundraising for the LLS Walk. It's the Light the Night Walk. This year it's happening September 27th. That happens in Wash Park in Denver. Fundraising as much as we can, because that's an issue that certainly hits close to home here for me. In addition to that, we do a little bit on the team of trying to help through some neighborhood issues, in a couple areas that need it. We partnered with the church in Arvada this last year for back to school drive, a Santa's workshop, toy drive event, helping out a few elementary schools and kids in need.
Awesome. There is going to be a link below about how to support the March of Dimes and LLS Walk if you guys are interested in participating in those two organizations. Otherwise, Ryan, thank you so much for sharing with us today, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.